Hey there, I'm Rodney with eFishin. We're down here on Cumberland today, and it's cold. It's the end of January. It's been real cold. We've had snow and ice and all that stuff, but guess what? Smallmouth are biting down here. Y'all hang tight. If y'all like this stuff, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Look at that. Let's go fishing. Well, we're down here on Cumberland. It's late January, and it's pretty cold, and there's a front getting ready to move through. Now, I just had one whack at my silver buddy there and kind of jacked it up there, and it straightened itself out. But when that happens, throw right back in there. See if you can't pick that fish up. About that. Smallmouth. Look at that. Woohoo! Look what it's got. Got the old blade bait right there. How about that? There we go. How about that? Probably a good 15-inch fish, 16 on the blade bait. So we pulled up here on a little secondary point here, and it's got more gravel and kind of dirt on it. And one thing about Cumberland is it's just got a lot of wood in it, and sometimes where them smallmouths stack up on these kind of gravelly points and banks and transitions is when it was drawn down, there was a lot of little old pole timber come up, and well, throwing that silver buddy sometimes is a chore, so just be patient with it. Make sure you got our lure retriever with you. Take a few of those with you, because you're probably liable to hang a few up and lose a few. But those smallmouth are there, and they'll eat it. That's a good one there. Good one there. So one thing when fighting these fish with this silver buddies, remember they've got little tiny hooks in them, and a lot of times those fish, they'll just swat at it and swipe at it, and sometimes you get them hooked in the side of the mouth or in the top of the head or anything, and just kind of skin hooked them. And well, just take your time with them and don't horse them too much, and play them out, and you'll get them in there. Oh, look at this one, guys. Oh, we just got a stud. We got a stud. Look at that thing. And look what it ate. That old silver buddy. Look at that pretty thing. Woohoo! About that. Let's see how big it is. All right, there he is. 19 inches. About that. Probably about 3 pounds maybe. We'll let it go. So we've pulled up here on another little point here. It's got a little more rock on it, but it's a point nevertheless, and sometimes they're worth checking out. And if y'all remember, or if you don't remember, go back and watch the last Dale Hollow video that we had, and we talked about this retrieve here, where you kind of rip that silver buddy up off the bottom and give it a pause, and sometimes they hit it on that pause. So unfortunately, I'm kind of putting a little pressure on this fish and not really paying too much attention to him, and that sucker is skin hooked in the top of the head. Skin hook, what do you do? Anyways, that's another 2 pound smallie. Hey there, well, it's the end of the day and we're idling back in. We're going through all this mess. It takes forever to idle through all this, but anyways, we put in at the state park down here at Cumberland. It's supposed to maybe snow tomorrow, so that's why we come today. If you can pick your days, that's a pretty good tip right there. If it's gonna snow, go right before the snow. Sometimes them fish bite. And well, we did all right today. We had 7 today, put 5 in the boat, put 2 smallmouth in the boat. One of them was about 3 pounds, and the other was probably a little over 2. And then we put 3 spotted bass in the boat. And then we lost pretty good largemouth. It's probably about 2.5 pounds, somewhere in there. And we lost another smallmouth, probably 2.5 pounds in there. So anyways, there wasn't really much of a pattern at all going on today. It was just kind of one of them junk fishing days. Caught all the smallmouth on silver buddies with that gold with the chartreuse on it. And then that largemouth, hooked that thing on a horsefly, brown and a little orange in it. And then the spotted bass, we ended up catching one on a Ned rig, and we just hung up on it, and we was just sitting there shaking it and going over there to get it, and he come up there and grabbed that thing, which that's kind of cool. So keep that in mind. If you get hung up, keep shaking your bait. You might have fish come up there and get it off, get you unhung, which that's always a good thing. And then let's see, we caught another spot on that little old peanut jig, which that's a homemade deal there. So if you guys want a video on how to make that thing, leave me a comment down there, and we'll do one on that. So that's a pretty special little jig there. I've caught a lot of fish on that thing over the years. I just haven't fished it a lot lately because it's more of a cold water, deep water type thing, and Cumberland kind of sets up real good for it. Dale Hollow, it's not as steep. It's a little better on the steep water stuff, but anyways, if y'all want a video on that, we'll talk more about it. Otherwise, if y'all pick something up, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm Rodney. We'll catch y'all out here later. We're out.